In the heat of the George Floyd riots, as Minneapolis faced unprecedented turmoil, a surprising conversation took place between two leaders who usually found themselves on opposite sides of the political spectrum. But what was said in that call? And did Donald Trump actually praise Governor Tim Walz for his response during one of the most challenging moments in Minnesota's history? Before we answer that question, let's set the stage. It was May 2020, and Minneapolis was the epicenter of a nationwide wave of protests and riots following the tragic death of George Floyd. The situation escalated quickly, with peaceful demonstrations giving way to violence and destruction. As the city grappled with chaos, Governor Tim Walz was thrust into the spotlight, tasked with managing an increasingly volatile situation. But how did he handle it, and what was the result? Walz made a critical decision to deploy the Minnesota National Guard. It was the largest mobilization in the state's history. This move was met with both support and criticism. Some praised the decisive action, while others accused him of not doing enough early on. It was a tense and rapidly evolving situation. The question of whether Walz let Minneapolis burn was on many people's minds. But here's where things get interesting. Did Trump, known for his often fierce criticism of Democrats, actually commend Walz for his actions? The answer lies in a conversation that may surprise you. But before we reveal what was said, let's take a moment to understand the full scope of the challenges Walz faced. It's important to remember that the initial response to the riots was not without its flaws. Governor Walz himself admitted that the situation escalated faster than anyone had anticipated. However, once the decision was made to bring in the National Guard, the tide began to turn. Deploying the National Guard is no simple task. It requires coordination, timing, and legal approvals. But once they were on the streets, the presence of the Guard was instrumental in restoring order to the city. So, what did Trump think of all this? You might expect criticism, but in fact, he offered something quite different. According to Fox News and CNN, Trump had some surprising words for Walz. In a recorded call, Trump told Walz he was very happy with how the situation was handled, particularly praising the deployment of the National Guard. Trump even went as far as to say he was very proud of Walz's response, describing it as fantastically managed once the Guard was in place. This praise, coming from a president known for his sharp political divides, underscores the effectiveness of Walz's leadership during the crisis. Despite the initial challenges, Walz's decisive actions eventually led to the stabilization of Minneapolis. So, did Donald Trump praise Governor Tim Walz for his handling of the George Floyd riots? The answer is a clear yes. Trump's unexpected commendation highlights that even in the most polarized political climates, strong leadership can earn respect from across the aisle. Thanks for watching. We hope this gives you a fuller picture of what really happened. As always, you can find the sources in the video description. Stay informed, stay curious, and we'll see you next time.